The Pump Boss is equipped on 2024 Volterra and newer model engines on the San Diego Fire Rescue Department triple combination pumpers. The Pump Boss 400 pressure governor uses state-of-the-art programmable microprocessor technology that operates in one of two modes, pressure or RPM. It maintains a steady pump discharge pressure within system capabilities by controlling the engine speed or hold a selected engine RPM. The Pump Boss ensures safer operation when the pressure governor is activated by avoiding unsafe pressure surges. The PBA 400 has two pressure sensors that monitor both pump intake and discharge pressure. The dual sensor configuration provides improved defense against pump cavitations. Features: automatic regulation of discharge pressure. Simple, easy-to-use vernier-type control knob allows for easy adjustment of pressure and RPM. Bright LED displays. The throttle-ready LED is on when the required interlock conditions are met to begin pump operations. Engine oil pressure, engine coolant temperature, transmission temperature, battery voltage. Check engine LED, stop engine LED, repeats the warnings from the cab. The LEDs are green when values are within normal limits and red when they are not. By pressing the menu button, you can view the engine hours, pump intake, and discharge pressure. Silence button, press to suppress audio alarms. Preset button, press to change or select a pre-programmed value for pressure or RPM setting. Idle button, when pressed, immediately sets the engine RPM to idle. Control knob, when rotated, changes the pressure or RPM setting. The setting increases or decreases proportionally to the speed and direction the control knob is rotated. RPM button, press to select RPM mode. The LED is on to indicate operation in the RPM mode. Pressure button, press to select pressure mode. The LED is on to indicate operation in the pressure mode. Day-night sensor that automatically adjusts the brightness of the displays and LEDs. Visual indication with audible alarms if engine limits are exceeded. No pressure or RPM variation when changing modes. Governs pump discharge pressure from 45 to 300 psi with option to 600 psi. Automatically responds to running away from water, low water supply, air in the pump, and no water conditions. Placing into pump is similar to every other engine by moving the pump selector from road to pump and confirming that you have two green lights. The engineer confirms the OK to pump green light is on. On power up, the governor is in the pressure mode of operating. When all necessary throttle enablers are active and the interlock circuit is complete, the throttle-ready LED comes on, and the governor is ready to control the engine RPM. The control signal is set at idle regardless of the control knob position. The control knob is used to adjust pressure and RPM settings. The governor senses how fast and in what direction the control knob is rotated, and send the signal to the ECM to increase or decrease the engine RPM proportionally. If the control knob is rotated quickly, the engine RPM changes quickly. If the control knob is rotated slowly, the engine RPM changes slowly. Rotate the control knob clockwise to increase engine RPM. Rotate the control knob counterclockwise to decrease engine RPM. Press the red idle button to immediately return the engine to idle. Pressure mode operation. When changing from RPM to pressure mode during operations, hold the pressure button for 3 seconds. The pressure setting is the pressure the pump was operating at in RPM mode. In the pressure mode of operation, the pressure LED is on. The governor maintains a constant discharge pressure within system capabilities. It adjusts the engine RPM automatically to compensate for variations in pressure. RPM mode operation. When changing from pressure to RPM mode during operations, hold the RPM button for 3 seconds. The RPM setting is the RPM that the pump was operating at in pressure mode. In the RPM mode of operation, the RPM LED is on. The governor maintains a constant engine RPM. Switching between operating modes. No variation in discharge pressure or RPM occurs when changing between pressure and RPM modes. When changing to RPM mode, the RPM setting is the RPM that the pump was operating at in pressure mode. When changing to pressure mode, the pressure setting is the pressure that the pump was operating at in RPM mode. When the engine is at idle RPM, press the mode button and the governor changes modes immediately. When the engine RPM is above idle, press and hold the mode button for 3 seconds and the governor changes modes. This is to avoid an accidental changeover if the button gets bumped. Opening and closing discharge valves. In pressure mode, the governor maintains the pressure setting regardless of the number of discharge lines that are opened or closed, provided there is sufficient water supplied. As the lines are opened, the discharge pressure starts to drop, and the governor raises the engine RPM to maintain the required pressure. As lines are closed and the discharge pressure starts to rise, the governor lowers the engine RPM to maintain required pressure. For more information, access the Pump Boss manual on Vector Solutions.